Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We will be on our way with the final of the second Dogefighter tournament between Just for Fun and Death from Above Iron Eagles. And whilst the teams are chatting away in the training room, chat room, and apologies for the delay, by the way, as you might have seen in the chat, I had a bit of a sneeze attack coming in. As I said earlier, I caught a bit of a cold past weekend, which also explains my voice being a bit hoarse. I'm gonna ask if both the teams are ready to rumble, and then we can go on our way with the first battle in this final. Some trash talking coming in between both captains. Nice comments. And we will be starting in 10 seconds. One of the Just for Fun members pointing out that Groenlim apparently is a fan of the Backstreet Boys, to which Spencer, the captain of the Iron Eagles, replied, "I bet his entire room is filled with posters." Now that will be a funny sight to see. And we are on our way with the first battle in this final. Again, on Lighthouse. As I explained at the start of the stream, all the matches will be played on Lighthouse tonight, including the final. And for the next time, I hope we can. I hope Wargaming has managed to fix all the issues with FPS on the new maps, and we'll be able to showcase the newer maps: Adriatic, Eastern Front. What's that one called again with the castle? Fortress. Also a very interesting map for competitive player, might say, well, until T6 at least. And whilst we are following Just for Fun for the first battle, Groenlim heading for the enemy headquarters in the Mosquito. Bonewisher also going for ground targets in the F4U, and Ottenheimer with just one bomb taking out just one target. That will be the warship over there. In a few seconds that will explode. There we go. Warship being taken out by Ottenheimer, who now regroups with Christemann, Henskrieger and Klisterfiege. Just like the Iron Eagles. 109F and not a third Focke-Wulf. The Focke-Wulfs on the side of Just for Fun also carrying rockets. As I explained earlier, the WGR-210s, as the rockets are called on the Focke-Wulf and the 109G, and the ME-262 on the German side of things, perfect for air-to-air purposes because of their big blast radius and a short fuse time in comparison to the rockets of the F4U, for example, which travel quite a bit longer, have a smaller blast radius and less damage as well, making those more suitable for air-to-ground purposes. The entire Just for Fun team, all four of them, at very high altitude. I am guessing 3.8 kilometers here that they are flying. High indeed, that's for certain. And Groenlim is taking out ground targets together with Bonewisher in the F4U. Whilst the Iron Eagles are doing exactly the same on the base of Just for Fun. So far, Supremacy lead is for Just for Fun, whilst the high altitude part of Just for Fun is now moving towards their own base to try and spot or even engage upon some of the Iron Eagles members. Bonewisher here, one rocket remaining, leaves the radar for what it is because of its HP pool, and instead will probably go for the transport. And Bonewisher using the 4 20mm cannons on the F4U, and not the rocket that we saw, not the machine guns that we saw in Escadra A. Bonewisher chooses not to take out the transport, and Grolim has decided to keep on attacking ground targets whilst the spot has gone out. Ottenheimer spotted by Spencer. Spencer now diving on Ottenheimer. And Spencer chooses to disengage as he spots the rest of the team just for fun. Hans Grieger here, getting a few shots from Kachelweg. Kachelweg also getting a few cells in Christemann and in Klisseviege, whilst Chasey has almost been taken out. Hans Grieger now engaging on Spencer, who's also been receiving fire from Ottenheimer, who has stalled out. And Spencer, only on 8 health remaining, has been taken out. Hans Grieger now has Kachelweg on his tail, and Spencer and Chasey are taken out by Hans Grieger and Christemann. That leaves Kachelweg pretty much alone here, because Gebink, Ekrai and Kane were all very low still ground attacking. Kachelweg also taken out by Klisseviege. Kane stalling out, being taken out by Klisseviege and Christemann simultaneously. He's not gonna live through that. Hans Grieger now moving on Ekrai, who was also stalling out, and Gebink, the last surviving member on Iron Eagles, also at the edge of his speed, with 4 members of the Just for Fun team on his tail. And on 36 health remaining, it looks like the first victory will be coming in for Just for Fun in the first match in this best of 5. So Just for Fun taking home the first win. Just for Fun caught the Iron Eagles off guard there. They were still busy ground attacking. Only Spencer and Chasey and Kachelweg were at a significant altitude, but Aircry, Gebink and Kane were not, and they were caught out. They couldn't help, so it was unlucky for Iron Eagles, or simply well played by Just for Fun in the decision making there. No change of planes, but there is a change of signs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Whilst I ask if the captains are ready, Iron Eagles is ready to roar, and Just for Fun, seemingly born ready, are so, I assume, as well. We'll be going into the next battle in a few seconds. Whilst I'm struggling with a cat hair on my tongue. Loading into the second battle, where again, surprisingly, quite different lineup coming in from the both finalist teams. As in Dogefighter 1, the teams were not similar at all, and that time it worked out for Just for Fun. Will it this time again? We will see. As we can see that Just for Fun prefers the F4Us over the P51As of Iron Eagle. Just for Fun therefore having more ground target capabilities, but are a bit of a disadvantage in case of a 6v6 dogfight. But of course it has to become a 6v6 dogfight before you are at a disadvantage. So it's just a matter of if they will be able to play the game as they want it, and and then they will be at an advantage. And the same goes for Iron Eagles. If they can get that 6v6 or at least 5v5 engagement with the P51As involved, then they should be winning. On the other side, on the other end, in 1.2, the F4U received a few minor buffs as, together with the Mosquito, the only two planes which specifically received a few improvements in the latest patch. So possibly the F4U being a better pick now? Could be. The F4U has more boost, but the boost significance has been reduced slightly, whilst Just for Fun is ground attacking literally exactly below the Iron Eagles. This is going to be very interesting. Iron Eagles diving down as Chasey is leading the charge. AA guns and warehouses damaged. Ottenheimer being spotted by Chasey, and does the entire team dive? No, it's just Chasey and Aircry who go in for the pursuit together with Chasey and Aircry diving on Ottenheimer. Just Chasey and Aircry. Ottenheimer caught out here, and the first bullets being fired and being received by Ottenheimer, who is just gonna take out as many targets as he can find within his reach. Aircry has decided to leave Ottenheimer to Chasey's care and is regaining altitude as there is no other member of Just for Fun, and Ottenheimer will just keep Chasey busy as long as he can for that supremacy to help out. Supremacy ticking to 30%, and Ottenheimer, who was serving as the distraction, very conveniently caused a big gap between Just for Fun and the rest of the DFA team. Just for Fun now proceeding to take out the base of Iron Eagles, whilst this dogfight keeps on going, and Aircry is going to take out ground targets on the other side of the map. So it's Chasey versus Ottenheimer. Ottenheimer left at 6 health. Quickly double check if I have my microphone on. Yes, I do. Ottenheimer at 6 health, and they are already winning on Supremacy. Just for Fun has already almost won on Supremacy, but their Aircry is taking out ground targets. Spencer, Grolim, Kane, Christerman, Gebink and Kachelweg are in the dogfight here. Christerman, a bit of lag coming in there for me. Christerman on his own against 4 members of the Iron Eagle. He will not live to see the day. Chasey has in the meantime finally taken out Ottenheimer, and Aircry is taking out all the remaining ground targets that are still between the two teams. The oops coming in from Rolim, not entirely sure what he means by that. Now it's just Aircry who's gonna accumulate a supremacy lead, and Bonewisher is probably gonna start in staying alive in case of, well, trying to make the small chance of a draw happen, I suppose. Well, I got to excuse me for a bit again. In the meantime, Ottenheimer is starting to attack ground targets in this area. I mean Bonewisher, excuse me. Now attacking this ground target to stall out the supremacy as long as you can, to try and achieve a draw out of this, because there's no way he's going to win 1v6. And Spencer and Kachelweg together are on their way to take him out, and he has been spotted by Spencer at low altitude. So it's FU1 against the P51 and the 109M, and just based on the planes already involved in this dogfight, there shouldn't be even the slightest possibility for Bonewisher to come out as a victor in this 1v2. But Who knows, he might have some pretty